and then switch back. Once it catches up, now there should be the audio. And there's the audio. Yep, that is the dumbest OBS bug I have ever encountered, but at least I know how to work around it. All right, streaming on Dementia Radio now. And now I need to mute that. Oops. And okay, recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice.
Hey, Luke Ski.
We have Television's Kyle in the place to be down, yo.
Hello!
Hello, Kyle.
You'd tell me if there was a Power Ranger behind me, right?
I would tell you. Are you one of those putty people? That,
The only thing I have to say is that is...
All right, welcome to episode 548 of the Funny Music Podcast. Zip it, carrot face! That's the title, and I'm going with it. So yes, we have Kyle with us, we have Luke with us, we have a pre-recorded interview with Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel this week. I managed to get Brad on the show too, so we got Abbott and Costello on the show this week. So let's get caught up with the things.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week, or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
No, he's right.
So Luke, what you been up to?
Well, I got started on my latest animatic project, which is specifically for the purpose of making something that will hopefully impress people who may wish to hire me for jorbs. And I've gotten like it's gonna be. Well, I'm going to stick like a tag at the end of it so that it plugs me, but it's basically, about 45 seconds long, and I've gotten like the beginning of it roughed out. My plan is over the coming week to finish roughing it out and then show what I have to Kyle and basically say, hey, Kyle, should I clean this up more, or is me putting this up a better indication to the people who may want to hire me what my work is like, etc., and then see what Kyle thinks when he sees that. So, because Kyle is wise in many ways, and Kyle and I had a little discussion the other day about what my thought is on what my next one will be after that. So, but that might end up, obviously a week from today is Christmas Eve, so I'll probably wait until after, Christmas.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah. which make note, Devo, we'll have to figure out when we're going to record the FuMPCast.
Why? Are you week. Going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere.
Well, my mother, whose time with her children is very valuable, might want me to be hanging out with her on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
We could have her as a guest on the show. I don't care. Tell her to put out a song on the FuMP. We'll have her on. Damn it, Mom Ski. Come on, let's do this.
Have you ever tried to convince my mom to do anything that is something other than spending time with her children? Erica, how is it? What's it like trying to convince my mom to do anything that isn't spending time with her children? Hard? Yeah, she said hard. So it's hard for her children to talk her out of spending time with her children. It's like we'll have our Zoom family game nights, and then Michael will be like, "Oh, it's pretty late. I think maybe I should get done." Like after like an hour and a half playing, like maybe I should call it a night. And my mom's like, "Oh, you have to." It's like, I guess I'll stay, play another half hour. Like, yeah. So anyway, we'll figure that out later. But yeah, I'm psyched to be working on this. It's like, as many people are, dealing with our own, issues and emotions because of, the COVID lockdown still happening, more lockdowns, and curfews and stuff being in effect. I have a sheet of paper that I carry with me now when I drive around in case police pull me over to show that I'm a essential person. because of my job.
My wife bought one of those Ralph Wiggum things that says "I'm essential" for the back of her car.
So it's like, some days are tougher than others when it comes to, whether or not I'm feeling in a good mood or whatever. But, I have found myself to be in good moods recently. So that's excellent. And it helps me do better work on the board things. So what
Board
else?
things.
Oh, I virtually attended the Aquabats Cookie Christmas concert. That was fun. They they performed Christmas and Is Awesome, which made me really happy. They also performed Hey Homies, which is one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Cool.
And the other thing I wanted to show, which show and tell, is I've been wanting. One of the main reasons I got this iPad was because I wanted to have the ability to do professional level work, away from home without having to, my iPad or my MacBook is too, bulky and all that stuff. And everybody else I know has some sort of tablet and pen that they can do stuff with, and have had them for years, and I've never had one. So now I have one, and I was trying to find the correct app to use to try to make quick animatics and or actual animations. And I found an app called Flip-A-Clip, which one of the TikTokers I watch uses, and it's a free download, but then you have to, it's like one of those things where like, oh, if you want to unlock this feature, pay this, 99 cents, whatever. But then if you just pay like $9.99, you just unlock everything. It's like, whatever. If you would have charged $10 for the app, I would have bought it anyway, but whatever. So I guess they want people to demo it first. So, and one of the things that I had actually purchased a different app that said it did animation. And then when I got in there, it's like, I'm sitting there messing around with it, and I'm like, okay, how do I put the sound in here so I can animate against the sound? And then I found out that, the sound thing doesn't happen until you go to render the video, and then you can add sound at the end. I'm like, what's the point of having an animation program if you can't animate to the sound? So this program does let you do that, and It's really great. So I mentioned this on social media a few weeks back. I was re-listening to some Flat 29 podcasts from 2019 and 2020, making notes of bits of theirs that I thought, oh, here comes a kitty.
Hey, kitty.
Making note of bits of theirs that I thought might make good, really short animatics or animations to put on TikTok or other social media, for the sake of me just practicing and continuing to draw every day and just to have some fun. So even if these aren't necessarily anything I'd want to put on my, well, they're not for my they're not for my my portfolio page unless I make one that's so good that Kyle says put that on your portfolio page. So I'll just show you what I have so far. So here for this, and this was with me having barely any time to do anything today. Here's what I have. I gotta hit the right button here. This is for those of you listening on the audio version, you're not seeing this, but whatever. So wait. Okay, so that's it. I mean, that's all I have so far, but it's like, if you can kind of see, there's like it's 12 frames a second. You can make it 24 or whatever you want, but it's like you can scroll through every frame, and it like does that distorted sound thing so that you know what sound is going with what.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So like right here, it's like, okay, there's Rich, and then I have him change his head in a second here. There, and then he raises his hand, and then Charlie goes, okay. Come on. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, and most of that was just me copying and pasting the thing like to the next frame, to the next frame, to the next frame. And it has levels, it has onion skinning, it has all this great stuff that makes this like, wow, if I was sitting in my car not waiting to get orders and I was just sitting and working on this, I might have been able to knock out this whole, 1 minute piece of audio in one afternoon, just sitting around and goofing around on my iPad while I was, watching friggin' She-Ra or something. I don't know. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, in case I never showed this to you, Devo, as long as I have this open, here is the screen I have made for my for my background, and I intentionally got the lavender colored case for it to match that. I was thinking of getting like that light, the kind of mint green color that's also kind of part of the Horde color scheme, and like putting the Horde symbol on this thing. But anyway, this'll be fine.
I was
Anyway,
just checking to see if Flip It Clip is available for the Mac, and it is.
Yeah, so you had just said a thing where you might need something for animation, and I figured, ooh, this is the perfect opportunity on the podcast for me to show everyone what I've been up to. And yeah, so these Flat 29 things, I mean, Rich sent me like the audio from, you know, I'm like, send me audio of like this chunk of the show, you know, because all of their shows are kind of divided up into like these little bits that they kind of treat like it's a game show, and like somebody comes up with a topic, and then the other two come up with answers, and then they kind of pick who gets the points or whatever. So but they have that bed music, which is like the instrumentals from all their songs. So he's sending me the clips without the bed music, and then the bed music separately, so that I can shorten everything down to like the 1 minute I want, and then I can put the bed music under it, so it seems more like the way their show actually sounds.
Cool.
And so it's going to be fun for me, and and they just appreciate the notion that like, oh, Luke crawled out from the cave he's been in for the past several years to again be completely obsessed with Flat 29 for some reason. So yeah, so that is what I have been up to. How about you, Devo Spice?
Well, I actually managed to get a couple days off from work this week. I took off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, and I was under the impression that I was going to have to work at least part of the time, but I haven't gotten any text or emails from work yet saying, hey, we need you to do the thing. So I'm just enjoying my time off. I'm sure I'll regret it come Monday, but whatever. So I've been hoping to get, you know, a lot of stuff done, and I've managed to get a little bit of stuff done. Other things have gotten in the way. We got a foot of snow last night that I had to deal with this morning, man. So that you know that threw off my plans for this morning. But hey, what are you gonna do? Got to be able to get the car out. So I've been mostly working on the video for my song Mandalorian, and I have it in good shape. There's a couple other things I want to add to it, a couple of pickup shots I need to do, and I mostly want to just I may send it to you as is, Luke, just to get your opinion, because I want to try to make parts of it funnier, because it's kind of like me rapping at this position, and then me rapping from this angle, and then me rapping from this other angle, and there's not a lot of other stuff going on. You know what I mean? There's a couple of gags here and there throughout the song, but but that, you know, that's kind of like the way the original song is. It's just Method Man rapping at the video from 3 different angles. I just find it a little repetitive for a comedy song, you know.
Yeah, it's like if it were, you know, safe to interact with people convention times, it would be so easy at virtually any con.
I know.
Just to be like a bunch of people, Star Wars outfits, just be behind me and
exactly.
Pop it up.
Yeah, but you know, green screen is life these days. So
I did have an idea, like, you know, the old, you know, Clutch Cargo way of like, there's a cartoon face, but then a human mouth is there, doing words, or like, you know, kind of like Annoying Orange or the Thumb Wars movies.
Yeah,
it's called Cinco Fox, Luke.
Thank you, Kyle. So, I had thought of this idea, and I'd probably have to shave myself completely down, which I'd be willing to do if you want me to do this bit. But I thought if you could take Quill's head, but then his little mouth have that go away, and I'll film a close up of my mouth just going like,
you know what,
so
the speaking Quill parts is one thing where I don't know what to do, and I was debating a couple different options, so I may take you up on that. So
like, imagine it's a picture of Quill, and then like,
yeah,
I have spoken, you know. So.
Hey, Luke, can you do that again without your hands in front of your face? Rudy Giuliani.
I'm not Kate McKinnon. I'm sorry.
Yet.
So that's about it for happening in my little world. Kyle, what have you been up to?
I'm still waiting for the new gig to start. You know, still done, you know, a few odds and ends of preliminary work for that. But it's looking like the next secret project won't actually start until after the holidays, which is fine by me, because I'm, you know, catching up on personal projects, including my complete remake of my first album, Why Fidelity, which is called Fi Fidelity. And today I did. I have one song left. It's Socks and Underpants, and it is almost all done except for guitars, which I just sent it to J2 of OK Glass to do, and then the album will be completely done.
Nice. So what are you going to do with it when it's done? Just stick it on your Bandcamp page?
This might be a
needle
make
juice thing,
physical
or?
copies happen with needle juice situation.
Nice.
But we'll see what they say.
Cool.
Because, like, the reason this even exists is because Austin really wanted me to do it as a stretch goal for Commodore Touchdown.
Right.
We didn't meet that stretch goal, but then I was like, oh, well, now I want to do it, though. So, yeah.
Cool. So you released a new song.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a quick intro. We'll give it a listen.
This is the Christmas recording I sent to my my incredible fan base way back in 1963. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, here is 1963 TV's Kyle Fan Club Christmas record by TV's Kyle.
A day or two ago, 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 and then we got upset.
Hello, this is Kyle speaking with his voice, TV people. Merry Gumbo, happy beefstock, and a wondrous and safe nude rear to you all. All four of us are happy to be talking to you on this Wiggle Diskette. We've got Kyle, and Kyle Doe. And of course, I'm Kyle. 1963 has been a gosh darn swell year for all of us in TV's Kyle. It all started when we recorded our first album, and then it all came crashing down with a genre-defining, house-confusing stadium show at Meow Meows in Pasadena. Well, the police shut us down for saying pumpkin bread on stage, so we have no choice but to defund them. Oh, good King Juice listed some stuff to a beast named Steven. I trust you all have been enjoying us on 1963 Spotify, and now I'm going to pass you over to Kyle. Kyle here, wishing you a hairy fishmas also as well. I want to thank all the TV people who have sent us entire friggin' pizzas this year, but friends, I'm going to have to ask you to hold your collective horses, because I must regretfully inform you lot that we've gone straight off pizza. In case you're wondering why, it's because mailing pizza is a fool's errand, and it's a rotting tomato grease nightmare in here. Pretty bad. What is wrong with you people? Yes, we said we like pizza. You know who else likes pizza? Gosh darn heck butt nose teeth everybody, so why not send a pizza to someone you actually know? But you see, TV people, some folks have asked us which we, Kyle, like best, performing on stage, being the concept of television, or recording our first album for a third time. Nobody asked. Well, I'm here to tell you that what we like best is not being mailed gosh darn heck butt nose teeth pizza. All right, you hold him down and I'll kick him. Well, I'm running out of Hello, Kyle here. Merry Bumbles, uppy hooligan, and a grapey dapey do year. I'm the quiet one. Next year, our third film, Wizard Life, was released, and I'm told it will do quite well. Suspect it'll release on HBO Max at the same time. Or did, in 1963. I've gone cross-eyed. Oh, you better watch out. Warned you. Well, we've done lots and lots and lots of recording, and we really like hearing a record take shape in the studio. We sculpt the sound for your ear bones and hope for the best because our sound is new to you. It's old to us. So very old. So very, very old. Old and tired and decrepit, and I can't even hear it anymore because some clod sculpted it for my ear bones. Some clod also filled this bloody paste with decrepit mail pizza. Well, being the quiet one, as I am, I'll quickly pass the microphone along to Kyle Doe. As you know, I was the last member to join TV's Kyle.
Why do you have that outrageous accent?
I'm not from Burbank, I'm from Glendale.
Do something Christmas.
Why can't I just start talking like everybody else?
Sing a Christmas, you wee head.
All I want for Christmas is...
Copyright, Kyle Doe.
Old pizza. Well, TV smilers, I just want to say Mappy Bimbo, Slappy Monica, and a happy new Christy Menstruals.
Dare to, dare to, dare to go. Dare to, dare to, dare to go. Dare to, dare to, dare to go. Dare to, dare to.
You know, it just occurred to me we should have pre-recorded this interview and interviewed all the Kyles.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm actually waiting for a pizza right now.
Did they learn nothing from the song?
Did Devo, is there something wrong with my microphone?
No.
Oh, I think there's something wrong with my microphone. Here, let me just. Okay, there.
That's better.
Ah, he put a Santa hat on it.
Yeah. And
For
he put
those
up,
who can't hear visuals.
and he
Yes.
put up a Christmas tree. Here, let me switch to him. So he's got the Santa
How many
hat,
of
and
them
he's got the
can hear
Christmas,
visuals?
and he's got the Christmas tree, and he's got the kitty who's probably playing with the Christmas balls, right?
Yeah, it's.
Or is he behaving?
As soon as I put the tree here, Hubert was like, "Wait, what? A thing I can mess with? I will be right up here in its face." So anyway, I wanna find the comment that Tony Goldmark made about this piece. It's such a great comment.
Yeah, Tony said a very nice thing about this song, about this recording.
Wow, it's got a.
It's on the FuMP,
For us,
Luke.
this
Can't
is-
be hard to find.
For us, this is a lot. There's 5 comments on this song at thefump.com. Nobody leaves comments anymore.
I know.
Yeah,
So-
that made me feel like $1 million.
And also, upon hearing it at the FuMP the first time, I immediately went to the Dr. Demento group and requested it because I'm like,
I appreciate that.
it was like because time is short. It's basically he's probably going to record the final Christmas show. If he hasn't already, he'd be recording it by this Wednesday at the latest. So I was just like, no time to waste. Must find
Must request Kyle.
So while Luke's finding that, if the listeners haven't heard him, the Beatles, back starting in 1963 and continuing for roughly 5 years, made these Christmas records that they would send to their fan club. The first 2 were basically, the 4 of them in a room with some copy that had been written for them, that they had no obligation to recite properly. After that, they got a little bit more high concept. But I like listening to all of them at Christmas. But it's the first few that I like the most because it's just it's about them, their personalities. They're all in the same room. They're having a good time. And so I wanted to I'm so into those that I wanted to make my own version of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I found the comment. So first, Tony just commented in all caps, "This is amazing," and then Tony commented separately, "I'm not sure anything gives me a bigger dopamine rush than." Quote, "Hey, that super weird and objectively very dumb, obscure, decades-old pop culture artifact that you love, but you don't think anyone else has ever heard of, let alone cares about? Here's my super detailed parody of it."
And I like to think that if people are listening to this who haven't heard those, that they'll at least enjoy the funny words and the rhythm of it, and I hope that outside of context it's still funny to them.
It is. I'm one of those people. I believe I have heard 1 or 2 of the Beatles things, but I certainly haven't committed them to memory or anything. I mean, I think I heard them once or twice, years and years ago when I was in college, but and that was it. So I did find this amusing, even if I didn't immediately associate it with those Beatles recordings. So well done.
And I gotta say, this is on top of everything else Devo said and Tony said, this is Fire Sign Theater level of things upon things, and every time you re-listen to it, you hear another thing you didn't hear the last time you hear it, and you laugh even more, and then you keep hearing it more, and then you forget about something, and then something you already heard that you forgot about, you hear it again, and then you're like, oh my god, that, and then you laugh. It's this is such a wonderful casserole of awesomeness. It has layers. It's a lasagna of awesomeness.
Buffet.
Yes. So yeah, I thoroughly dig this.
Well, thank you. Part of that comes from they're just being if you listen to them when one Beatle is speaking, the other ones are doing something ridiculous in the background but you kind of hear it in between pauses, and so it was doing something similar here. and that's that's something that was happening naturally, but like that's something that Fire Sign Theater do on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
And I had a feeling that like some of the gags in the background would kind of be like the the Eat It Raw in the background of High School Madness. Raw, raw, raw.
So this is from your new album, Put a Santa Hat on It.
Yes. Which I decided to do very suddenly one day, the day that I put it out. Because I was like in the shower, I'm like, I have at this point a reasonable amount of Christmas songs, because I do one every year, that don't require a whole lot of work, or maybe don't require work at all for me to release. And so that's what I did. Like I put a little bit of extra work into a couple of the other songs, particularly Snowman, because I listened back to my version of Snowman, and I'm like, oh, I must have had like 2 colds the day I sang that. And yeah, so I was able to get that out the day I decided to do it. So,
did you update anything else besides Snowman?
What else did I put? Oh, yeah, I redid the vocals for Pumpkin Bread, because as I've like done it live a few times now, like there are certain parts that that kind of have a different energy now, or a little bit of a different rhythm, just because I've like performed it a few times, and then I had to update the president joke.
Yeah, okay.
Also, we recorded that. Well, at least me and John's part were just recorded at work. It was Luke, John, get in here.
Yeah, and thankfully you and John are still exactly the way it was to begin with, because you guys didn't require any updating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just going to ask
there's
if
11
Luke
tracks
did his.
on Put a Santa Hat on It. What are the ones that didn't make the cut?
Oh, it's a lot of earlier ones for the most part, because there are a lot that I just want to completely re-record. For example, there's California Christmas, Auto Christmas, Socks and Underpants, which I'm doing for Fidelity. And like if I put out the version that has all of these songs on it, I don't know if I would do like a different version or what. But yeah, there's like a handful of things that are from a decade or 2 ago that I can do better than now.
A decade or 2 ago, a decade or 2 ago, a decade or 2 ago, a decade or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe that
that is something that I sing to myself every frigging year. It's like that's been just singing that part of the song has been living in my head rent free for a good long time, and this is my opportunity to use it.
What's the running length of Put a Santa Hat on It? The whole album? Like
it might be just under a half hour.
Yeah, because I'm just like, because I personally would love to see this on vinyl, and if it's less than if it's less than whatever the limit is, 45 minutes, I'd say grab the other ones and just make the full vinyl version of this, because I mean this is just looking at the 11 tracks here, it's like 9 of them are songs I really like, and the other 2 are like those are good Kyle songs. It's like 9 of them make like the Luke's all-time favorite TV's Kyle song list, and the other 2 are like those are good songs. It's like there is not a lame duck amongst any of these. These are all holiday bangers, yo. So
well, thank you. I know that you in particular like Ghosts of Christmas.
Yeah,
that's one that I really like too. That's one of my favorites.
And this is the radio edit, meaning that I put funny censor noises and like a few curse words that I use. Because I'm like, this is otherwise a family-friendly album. I better just like keep it that way.
Yeah, and I've always liked Winter Woman just because I love the idea of the superhero Winter Woman, and I emailed Kyle recently, kind of kicking around potential ideas for animatics I could make, and it crossed my mind like, oh, what if I took Winter Woman and made it into like it's the opening of the Winter Woman cartoon show or something like that.
Which I'm still on board with.
Yeah,
I just don't think that all of your samples should be music videos.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, the type of storyboards I need to make in the short term are for a specific, specific things that need to be done to try to get me Jorbs. So, so I'll just keep, all those other ideas I'll put on the list, and maybe I'll get around to them, at some point. But yeah, just friggin' great, and I love this fan club Christmas record. Just so good.
Yeah, I'll think about vinyl for it. Although I don't think I would do it until next Christmas.
Well, you got 6 days. I mean, come on. You put the album out in a day, you can put a vinyl out in a week.
Well, I'm playing vinyl instead of Christmas.
Considering it just delayed Paul McCartney's new album by a week, I'm not feeling hopeful.
You can make it a picture disc with the Santa hat.
Oh, sorry.
You can make it a picture disc with a Santa hat.
Mm-hmm. It'll be the first wearable album.
Yes.
So with Santa hat and with Fidelity almost finished, does that kind of cleaning house on the Kyle Carosa musics, things you've had, in the works, and stuff like that?
Mostly, I am gonna do a companion EP to go with Fidelity of other songs I wrote around the same time that haven't made it to a proper album. I figured it would make a good stretch goal or something. But
That's
I'm
a
going
cool
to produce
idea.
it either way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Give the fans what they want. More Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1963 Spotify fans.
What would 1963 Spotify be?
A jukebox.
Yeah. Jukebox. Somebody puts, $35 in a jukebox and just plays "It's Not Unusual" on repeat 35 times.
At the Salt and Pepper Diner.
A Spotify jukebox. It's like, how do you insert 0.00008 cents into the?
Nice.
I want to hear Taylor Swift.
So, Kyle, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Well, I used to make this show called Mighty Magiswords, and it's on Hulu. And then I worked on a show called Animaniacs, and it's on Hulu. And you can get lots and lots of my music, including Put a Santa Hat on It, which is my Christmas record, at tvskyle.bandcamp.com. And I'd also like to advertise that I'm going to eat a pizza right now.
All right, pizza.
Hey!
So despite what you said in the song, you actually do want a pizza.
Yeah, I just don't want people to mail them to me. I don't think that would work out very well.
I see. Okay. All right, well, thank you for joining us. Go enjoy your pizza.
Good to talk to you guys.
You too.
See you
And
later.
we'll catch you next time. Yeah.
This is the FuMP.
Anthony Fauci notified me I shouldn't decorate cause my positivity. So the Christmas tree and the manger scene with the baby cage. Baby cage? The baby's kinda brown, so we put it in a cage. Pants around the ankles. Down please. Pants around the thighs.
Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus. And another comes on, and another comes on. Another one rides the bus.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Rubber clothes from head to toes, and no one will come near. Have a COVID lockdown Christmas. Stay inside all locked up tight. Don't you roam outside your home. The folks outside ain't bright. 40.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, the Arrogant Worms have decided that their album Christmas Turkey is going to be free for the next week or so, or it's, pay what you want, name your price. 'Tis the season of giving, so we have made our album Christmas Turkey a free download for the next week. Tell your friends and enemies and spread the joy. You can go to arrogantworms1.bandcamp.com to pick up your copy. Just go arrogantworms1, the number 1.bandcamp.com. Search for the Christmas Turkey album and name your price. And we have a new album out by Steve Goodie with Brad Tassel, A Kvetchmas Carol. Available now for $12 on CD or $10 on digital download. They're actually doing a sort of virtual CD release party right now as we record this, which is why they're not on the show live. It includes their new song, The Two-Step Christmas, which we're going to talk about next, plus some other FuMP songs, including the 12 Days of Christmas Sweaters, Grandpa Got Run Over by a Hybrid, This Year I'm Pulling Christmas Out of My, and War on Christmas is Over. And Dr. Demento has said some very nice things about this album and is playing damn near all of it on his shows this year. So pick that up at stevegoodie.com. And we did tease this on this show before, but I made it official earlier today. We have finally announced the next 3 artists for FuMPFest. Bad Beth and Beyond, The Gothsicles, and Insane Ian will be performing at FuMPFest next year. I have 3 more acts to announce, but I won't be able to announce them until the spring. For details, visit FuMPFest.com. And our room block is currently open. We are only at 6%, so please start booking your hotel rooms. We have to fill our room block. Luke, you got anything?
Nope.
All right. Only tour dates are the usual: Escape from the Secret Lab featuring Dr. Pinkerton and Carla Ulbrich, both happening on Fridays on YouTube. And got a couple birthdays coming up on Monday the 21st. Eric Coleman and Craig Marks. Happy birthday, guys.
Yay!
All right. So here is the other song this week by the aforementioned Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel. This is Two-Step Christmas.
I was born the youngest of 4 crazy kids, and Christmas morning we started at 6. From the top of the stairs we come down like a mob to make sure Santa had done his job. Now after the presents, Mom would announce, put on your coats, we're getting out of this house. I'd ask, where are we going? She'd say, not you, dear. We'll be back in a couple hours. You stay here. What? See, my mom and dad have been married before, but they never had bothered to tell me the score. So I got a lot of siblings, but they're all just half. They all got step-parents. Well, you do the math. They had a two-step Christmas. They did the two-step Christmas. They had step-families all over town, but my folks have stayed married, so I got left out. I got one little Christmas, they got more than 2. Never feel like Christmas stepped all over you.
Hey, Brad, you gotta see this. They gave me a pocket knife. It's got a spoon and a scissors and a toothpick.
All I got was a toothpick.
I try to be grateful for all of my gifts, but I really got the short end of the Christmas stick. My brothers had 20 new gifts in their stash. Hey, where'd you get all that Christmas cash? Leaving me out was so impolite. Who'd I piss off not to get an invite? They had a two-step Christmas. They did the two-step Christmas. They get more presents and they're all top drawer, cause guilt-ridden parents give a whole lot more. I spent Christmas alone. Oh, super, that's fine. Man, I wish that two-step Christmas could be mine.
Easy bake oven, I got an orange.
I gotta get me a family that blends, or spend Christmas season with my Jewish friends. 8 nights of presents that I can endorse, or get mom and dad to get a divorce. I get a two-step Christmas. I do the two-step Christmas. I got only one chimney for Santa to come down, but it finds my siblings all over town. Extra gifts from extra moms and loot from extra dads, and all the grandparents I never had. I want a two-step Christmas. They do the two-step Christmas. I leave extra milk and cookies for Santa's snack. The least he could do is fill an extra sack. I got one little Christmas, they get more than 2. Parents who stay married, how selfish are you? Seriously.
A toothpick.
All right. I'm here with Steve Goodie and, for the first time, Brad Tassel. Welcome to the show, Brad.
Well, thank you very much. So Steve's done this 100 times, I guess.
Yeah, and we figured since the two of you have been doing so much work together, we should probably get you on the show at some point, too.
That's true.
So
I thought we'd bring Costello in.
Bring Costello. Yes. No, I would be. Who's Costello?
The shorter.
Doesn't matter.
The shorter one.
The funny one.
The funny one. Yeah.
Well, I might be the funny one. I'm just the one that does the least amount of work. Let's.
Oh, then you're definitely Costello.
Yeah, no, yes, I'm Costello. So the man behind the scenes doing all the work, the other one's just mugging and doing silly stuff.
Doing the magic.
I actually thought it was the other way around. I thought Lou wrote most of the material, and Bud was the straight.
Probably true. Bud got paid more.
Yeah, but that was Lou insisted on that.
He did?
Yes, he did. It was a 60-40 split at Lou's insistence because a good straight man is hard to find.
That's true. It's easy to be a, now when you look at Lewis and that guy.
Bud?
No, I was to say Jerry Lewis and.
Clark.
Yes. Yeah, Clark did all the writing. I think
Lewis did all the discovering.
Yes. Clark did all the rowing. It was
That's my favorite Christmas vacation movie, the Northwest Passage.
That's right. Yes. Okay, I'm giving up on the Martin and Lewis.
This got very weird.
Move on.
What's Dimitri Martin got to do with this? Nothing.
All right, so tell us about this song that you guys posted, the Two-Step Christmas.
Take it, Brad.
I had a sad childhood.
It was so sad. He's practically Jewish.
It was so sad. Well, okay, so like I grew up, like a lot of people, where my parents got married and I had all these brothers and sisters, but I didn't know until I was older that my parents had been married before and I was the only product of their marriage. So on Christmas, I remember distinctly on Christmas being 5 and even 6, and we're done opening stuff, and then everybody leaves. Everybody leaves. I'm alone in the house now for the next 6 hours. And then and of course, the song's a joke because I got a good amount of presents, but they would come home with like a ton more crap. Like, wait a minute, what is that? Where'd you get that? And it took me years to figure out the whole step-parent, step-family thing.
And the scars are still with us.
The what?
The scars are still with us.
The scars still to this day. So it just was something that then later, I would find funnier. And now I just really had to get it out because the therapy's not working.
So the song is at least inspired in part by a true story.
It is autobiographical to the letter.
84%.
84%. The easy bake oven, the orange,
the toothpick,
knife, the toothpick. My brother.
That's my favorite part.
My brother. When I was 12, my brother wrapped up a bunch of trash and put it under the tree and with my name on it. I don't know, but I was like, why do I have Easter grass in a bologna container? What is that?
By the way, this might be funny. I'm doing a top 10 list in our big album release tonight, which is happening at the same time as the FuMPCast, which is why we can't be there live. Our top 10 reasons to buy our new album, A Kvetchmas Carol. And I just want to read one of them. Let's see. Number 9 is, with the recent shift away from coal mining, it's the perfect stocking stuffer for naughty children.
There you go. That is a cute one.
So yeah, tell us about this new album that you guys have put out.
Steve.
Okay. Well, when Brad and I last year in 2019, remember 2019 when we weren't locked in our houses?
Vaguely.
We were working on our Halloween album, and at some point, one of us mentioned a Christmas song of some sort. I think it was Brad. I don't remember which one it was. And we said, well, we're working on the Halloween song. We should do a Christmas versus Hanukkah album, and make it very confrontational. And then we thought, that's dumb, but we could still do an album. It could have Christmas and Hanukkah stuff on it without the confrontation part. So that's what this has become.
So it's not confrontational.
What's interesting on Christmas Eve last year, and the video is up somewhere, I had an idea for a song about trying to get your daughter to sleep so Santa would come at night. Mm-hmm. And it was midnight, and I'm writing this song, and consequently, it kept my daughter awake. She kept coming in going, what are you doing? I'm trying to sleep. And I said, I'm writing a song about you going to sleep. And then at literally at 11:30 p.m., I posted the song. I just made a quick video of the song I did, and it had about 2,500 hits by the morning.
Nice.
So people had watched it. And I thought, oh, that's fun. So I told Steve, I said, let's do this. And we started talking about the album. Mm-hmm. And then we did that song as a single until this year. And then we were going to do this album, but then we learned we had so much material. We didn't know we had an album's worth of material.
Pretty close,
like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. We got all these songs. So
It had to be done. But one thing Brad left out of his story, he worked on the song, and then the next morning there were 2,500 hits, and his daughter, and Brad wanted to play the song for his daughter, but she had gone off to her step-parents' house.
There's no
That's not true. I made that all up.
There's no step parent. Let's not put that out there.
Oh, come on.
I got just the one wife.
Just the one. That's all you know.
And I'm her first husband too.
Okay.
So.
I'm kidding. Janet, don't kill him. It's fine. He had nothing to do with that.
I'm worried more about you.
Don't kill me either.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with that.
My wife inspired a song.
She did.
Oh yeah. Are you allowed to like do it?
Yes.
It?
No. She walked up to me and she said, "Here's a song you're doing, pal." And I said, "What?" And she goes, "It's called The Wrapping Rap. And it's all about scissors and tape and how crazy it is to have the wrapping you have to do." And I was like, And then she said, "No." And then we told Steve, "Do that." And then he did overnight the first half of it just out of nowhere. It was brilliant. And so then I picked it up and wrote the second half. And then now it's really one of the most favorite songs on the record.
And actually, Devo, you have a role in that song because it's a rap. It's a hip-hop thing, and we were in a big rush. How appropriate. So I thought, what do I have that's hip-hoppy that I could just use, just steal? So I took the track from Words That Sound Dirty But They Ain't, which you helped me create, if you recall.
Yes.
Because I sent you my original version. You said, okay, it sounds great if this was 1981. How about updating the sounds a little bit? So you really helped hone that, and we took that and sped it up and used it for the rapping rap. So, hey.
That's what that is?
Mm-hmm. I told you that.
No, you didn't tell me.
Oh, yes, I did.
That you
See, this is when we start fighting.
No.
Bigger
That's
like
it. I'm out.
married.
Forget it. Nope. It's done.
So you're planning to do a big album release tonight?
Yes, we are. It's on. It's happening. Exactly at the time the FuMPCast goes live.
Also,
As we're here now.
We've been doing a show every Thursday for the past 33 weeks
Mm-hmm.
in quarantine, and figured let's just make this particular Thursday the album release Thursday. So that's what we're doing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we do the virtual comedy show in March on the 14th. I knew life was over, so I bought virtualcomedyshow.com, and we started doing this show. There's the album cover, by the way, Kvetchmas Carol. Mm-hmm. And so we've been doing that show every week. And then, this week while your show's on, but they'll be able to see, we're going to stream it too on Facebook. So the show we do tonight will be available on Facebook for the rest of history.
But you have to watch it live to win one of these.
That's true.
We'll be giving these away.
Cool.
And then selling the rest of them.
You can buy them now.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone who's watching the FuMPCast right now, switch over to virtualcomedyshow.com and see if you can win. All four of you. You'll get 4 new viewers.
Luke disappears.
Right. Luke disappears for 20 minutes at a time anyway.
Yeah, you can tell Luke has disappeared because the show gets suddenly coherent. And then, sorry, that's terrible. Love you, Luke.
I support you, Luke. I don't even know you.
So how is the virtual comedy show going?
I mean, it's fun. We have a bunch of fun. I mean, it's not like it's making money. I mean, it's not like it's I think we all split $7 last.
Yeah, someone Venmo'd me $7 a few minutes ago.
Right. Hey, you got 15 last week.
I got 15 last week. So
And
we're working our way down.
There have been weeks when we've gotten $100.
That's true.
So, but we're, I mean, and we have a great little core of people that come every week. We are doing this show for a good 10 people that come every week. But then, a couple hundred, 300, 400, 500 people watch it as time goes on each show. But I think we're banking, and we write it every week. It's totally new every week. I write 10 minutes of really mediocre monologue jokes. Steve does a new top 10 list every week. We have a stand-up comic. We have a singer that does a new song.
Carla is one of our favorites.
Carla's one of our favorites. Lauren Mayer does a great job. We've had some others. And then we do a little bit here and there. Like we have Jeff Shaw does a thing every once in a while. And now Patty Vasquez, who was one of the top WGN in Chicago radio personalities till she got fired because they went crazy. It's not a good story. She's doing stuff, so it really is it's a pretty quality kind of a thing.
That's really cool. Yeah, I remember when you guys started that. I didn't know how well it was going to work out, but
we didn't either.
Really rooting for you because something's got to happen. You know?
Well, and it's great, and we could do it forever. But I'm not smart enough to really monetize things. I wish I knew how to do those things, but I don't know how, because this show I think would be popular and good and could make money if I understood how those things worked.
Yeah, I think more important than making money off it is to just keep doing stuff and also try to get the show more technically glitch free. And I think we've gotten better at that. Our first couple of them were quite a mess.
They were, and now we're not doing too bad. And it's a real show. It's not. You see so many of these shows. It's just like, okay, here we are. Here's 10 stand-up comics in their living room with their phone up to their face, or looking like it's they're talking to their family from Afghanistan. I mean, it's really, there's a production, there's openings, there's song, it really is.
Yeah. And then sometimes it's funny when communication falls apart. We had one a few weeks ago where the comic, who's a great comic, he's got a solid 2 hours if we want to do 2 hours of material, but he didn't understand that we wanted him to do that material. He just sat there chatting with us for 10 minutes. And we're like, remember that show you used to do on the stage with the lights and the people? Do that. And he's like, you wanted that? Why would you want that?
Yeah, I introduced Al Romero, and he totally did it. He's like, "Yeah, hey, what about the chickens? When when we were on a ship once, remember that?" And he just said,
So it's just like the Fallon show.
Yes, but you know what? I did a monologue the other day, and I then watched Fallon that night because I now have Oddly TV, and he did 3 of the same jokes basically I did, and I didn't think they were any better.
Nope. Plus, you were wearing the funny hat.
I was not that time. This is my teach writing outfit.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
No.
Virtualcomedyshow.com. That number again, virtualcomedyshow.com.
Virtualcomedyshow.com. You can come see the album thing tonight. You can come to the show every week. Also, I do a thing called 1,000 Marriage Questions on Wednesday with a therapist and a comedian in Las Vegas. And that is really, really fun. We take the thousands of questions that I've gotten over the years. I have a master's in counseling. I do a show, marriage, and I get questions, and I've got thousands of them. And we do that. We take quizzes, and that's really, really fun, too. It's on Wednesdays.
Virtualcomedyshow.com.
Where
will the album be available once it's available to the public?
It is available now at stevegoodie.com. If you go there, the album is on the front page, stevegoodie.com. I don't know if you read this. Dr. Demento sent me an email yesterday saying, really like the album, playing 4 cuts from it this weekend.
I did see that.
Yay.
Nine pieces. What are they called? Tracks.
Right.
He played 4, then he played 1, he played Rudolph, and now he's playing 4 more. I mean,
It does appear he's doing the whole thing.
Yes, the whole thing. I'm mad at the 2 he's not playing.
Yeah, you have to study those and figure out what went wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
And by the way, it'll be everywhere in the next so many days.
CD Baby is taking its time, but it will be out.
They're taking its time because they had a problem with one word I put in on the track.
Don't even.
I had to rechange it.
Don't say it.
Did you see what Worm Quartet had to go through for the Pac-Man EP?
No.
Oh my God! They submitted the album for digital distribution, and TV's Kyle did this amazing artwork of the cartoon version of Pac-Man on the cover, and they said you can't use that artwork. You don't own the rights to the character. So we're like, all right, fine. So they changed it's now just a silhouette of the character, and you can't even really tell what it is. And then they had a problem with the title, which is just the Pac-Man EP, and they apparently, like, EPs are legally only allowed to have 7 tracks, and this has 8 or something like that. So they wouldn't allow them to call it the Pac-Man EP. So now it's called the Pac-Man Assemblage Assortment Thingy of Selection that plays extendedly. That's how it's released on Spotify.
I think there's a Borat thread in there that I like very much.
That is so funny.
The things we as comedians have to go through for fair use,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm learning a lot of that. This is my first kind of foray into stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's always been original stuff that didn't have any problem before, and now I don't know what the stuff we were dealing with is weird.
Mm-hmm. But the nice thing is, if you don't deal with CD Baby and all that stuff, you can just put out whatever the hell you want. And it's available now at stevegoodie.com.
stevegoodie.com. Go and get this album now. It's very important.
Yes, do it. Yeah, the album, we don't use CD Baby anymore for the FuMP releases. We use somebody else, but even we've run into, like, you know, they seem to have a problem with, you know, parodies of characters, like on the album covers. They really don't like that. So.
I know a woman very well at the place where you do all that, whatever it's called. Anna Bond is her name. She's one of their executives. I met her at the DIY music conference.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And she works for them, and I still talk to her and ask her questions all the time. It's very interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
That was
thank you, Tom.
Best of luck with the album release. It sounds like it's going to do very well. And Brad, it's been great finally getting you on the show.
Thank you so much.
And if you guys continue on your quest to become the next Abbott and Costello, we'll be seeing more of you, I'm sure.
We will settle for Garfunkel and Oates.
Yes, well,
whatever
actually,
it is.
At this point, the size they are, yes.
Yeah, they're not dead, so let's go with them.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and Garfunkel and Oates very popular.
They are.
Uh-huh.
They're very popular. We could be dirty.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio. www.dementiaradio.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now? Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback. Switch back to that thing. There we go. Hi. There's me. All right. Danny D wrote, BB-8 cuts off all of Baby Yoda's hair and says, "Who's cuter now?" I approve of that visual. Eclectic Lee wrote, "Oh, so that's what the M logo is from. I don't really listen to much rap outside of the FuMP, so I thought it was some Star Wars thing I wasn't familiar with." A grammar pendant asked Steve Goodie, "A scissors?" And a question for TV's Kyle: does this track imply there's a fifth Kyle out there who's no longer part of the group? I was going to bring that up while Kyle was still on the show, and I forgot to. I apologize.
It's Ian.
All right, that is it for feedback. And
teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job. Yeah.
Tomorrow's song is by Bad Beth and Beyond.
Bad Beth and Beyond, that is performing at FuMPFest?
The very same.
Wow.
And Tuesday's song is not yet posted.
Tuesday's song is not yet posted.
And this week's Spotify playlist is Christmas once again, continuing with the Christmas music.
Hooray, I'm wrapping my Christmas gift for Lindsay.
All right.
Yes, and I stepped away for a second, but because I was working on this, but I just had this great idea for a song we could do. We could do a rap song about wrapping presents.
That's a fantastic idea. I don't think anyone has done that before.
I mean, rap's been around since the late 70s, early 80s. No one has ever, and certainly not here at the FuMP in a very excellent way, has done a song that's a rap song about wrapping presents.
Right. Yeah.
The original idea.
We should get on that. We got a week before Christmas. Can we do it before?
Yes.
We can post it for Tuesday's song in case the other band doesn't come through.
And we can make a video that's just my mouth going rap, rappity, rap, like that.
Rappity rap rap. Yes, that's what it will be called too. All right. TV's Kyle is at tvskyle.bandcamp.com and Steve Goodie is at stevegoodie.com, where you can pick up their new album, A Kvetchmas Christmas. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski.
And Kyle is somewhere eating pizza.
And so is Kyle Doe.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at dementiaradio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
"My name is Quill, and I'm here to say that I will wrap your gifts. This is the way. I have spoken, bitch."
Shit, I stopped recording before you did that.